Hey now. Hey now, hey now, hey now. We are live. I'm gonna get the word out. And that is wonderful also. I just saw what you said, Aith, that you get to be guest host while not having to worry about your mom being in the hospital. She's home now, right?
Yes, indeedy.
We're still waiting on Jesse. I did text him, but you know what? I say, hey, be there early, but hey, Alice, you know, it's still got another 10 minutes. But let me go ahead and do all of my posts. Yeah. Yeah. Switch over to the other one. I'm going to switch back, because if he messages me back, I can't see it. But I texted Jesse, I said, your presence is required, sir. Okay, go back to the other account. I almost said hi to you, Aith. I saw you in the chat and I almost said hi to you. It do be like that, right? I figured as much, Alice. It'll be when we can get there, right? It's just it do be like that. Yeah. Kill it. Come on now. You can kill it. Get on, bro. Alright, gotta do my Discord posts now. Hey, EB.
Hello, EB.
But EB to the A. Oh, wait, I mean to do that. I ain't that's rude. Alright. Kronk! Kronk. Oh, man. You know, like with the bundling app and everything, trying to get very warm, wearing 2 shirts, a hoodie or a robe, you know, 2 pairs of socks, you know, and you know, with the space heaters and everything. We were managing to keep the house reasonably warm, but you know, the one thing that was always a problem was that the ground was always very cold with that, because I guess that, you know, because that's sort of where the central heat comes from, you know? So, you know, you'd walk around, like, some of the tiles out there in the halls and whatnot are, like, stone tiles, and it's like, oh my god, even with 2 socks on each foot and slippers, I could feel the chill of that. But I noticed that when I went to get a water and use the bathroom right before stream, and I went over there to, you know, do all that it wasn't cold on the floor anymore.
So, you are no longer playing the floor is the antithesis of lava.
Yeah, right? Okay, where is Jesse? This is actually starting to freak me out. So I have tagged him and texted him twice now. He said he was gonna be here, so I'm expecting him to be here. Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, it ain't a show without Jesse.
Exactly. You know, maybe I should post on his Discord. Oh wait, he posted it in this announcements channel that I don't have access to, and he's not on Discord anyway, so that wouldn't help. Wait, he just messaged me. I'm coming. Sorry.
Good.
Had to clean something up. Sorry. Oh, all right. You know, sometimes when you just, you know, you whip out your hose and make a mess, you know, start helicoptering because you're free from the ex-wife. What up, Riddle? The newly divorced Jesse. He can now... You know what he says to me? He says I can make ex-wife jokes now. Looking at the positive side. I'm going to ask him if that's the case, CB, as soon as he comes on.
There's just too much power in the helicopter.
Yeah, he's looking on the bright side, right? Like, I know he was really broken up about this, but her friends took his side, and like all her friends took his side, and he was like living with them for a while, and they really helped lift his spirits and, you know, help him move past this. And he made the decision to move back to Canada, so he is in Canada now, which good for him, right? Exactly. Yeah, but you know how some people will stick with a friend no matter what they did, you know? No matter how bad it is, they'll stick with that friend. And that's not good.
During my divorce, the ex-wife took the guild with her.
Oh, dear. That sucks, 'cause that's how you met, right?
Well, no, we met in high school.
Oh, I thought, okay, all right. I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. We traded a person who we'd rather not mention, and we got a Kay and Alyssa out of it. And Alice puts it well, you respect your friends enough to let them know when they're wrong.
Yup.
Alright, so apparently Jesse made some kind of mess and we're waiting on him, but it's not much of a hurry. I mean, as long as we're done before... Well, is June doing anime night tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so we want to be done before that. I want to give people a chance to get over there. There was, you know, like once when June wasn't doing it, I said, oh, we can go a little late on List Critics, but otherwise I would definitely end at 9, you know? You guys can enjoy the playlist here, which is only the finest copyright-free lo-fi hip-hop. Jesse helicoptered, but his dick was so massive he dug a trench into his flooring. Damn, he's like the king from Dragon Quest XI, right?
That sounds painful.
For the floor. Tied a Nokia phone to the end of his wang and just starts wah 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 wah. Oh. Charles in charge? No. Somebody ought to put somebody in charge of Charles. That's like his third best sitcom. Oh dear.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, you got... Okay, let me drag him over. Well, better late than never. We have Jesse with us.
Welcome.
Hello, hello, hello.
Now, I'm going to make you a little loud. Okay, no, I can't make you loud. You're going to have to project or get yourself closer to the microphone.
How's this?
Better. Way better. Okay. So we were talking about your situation and everything, and, you know, how you can now make ex-wife jokes. And,
yeah, my ex-wife, am I right?
You could do the boomer humor. And since you said you were late because you were cleaning something up, and you didn't specify, our imaginations ran wild. You know, I said it was a helicoptering incident, and then everybody kind of ran with that. As a matter of fact, EB said that you helicoptered, but your member was so massive that you dug a trench into the flooring.
Lauren?
The flooring. Not Lauren. You're not dating yet.
No, not yet.
Give it a few, you know? No, you just, like, you're right in the linoleum. There's just deep grooves there from when you were helicoptering, you know? But
you say helicoptering. For some reason, my mind went to this very quick image of me laughing hysterically, driving a helicopter directly into my old house.
I mean...
I can see it.
You could totally do that, you know, in Minecraft, but... no, I mean, like, with your penis.
No, I understand now. Right now is the rage time, where all I think is very crazy thoughts.
Okay, so if you don't mind, can I ask you, like, a question or two about this before we start?
Sure.
So... You know, how did you come to find this out? Did she just, like, randomly come up to you and be like, hey, you know, I'm with somebody else? Or did you catch her in the act? Like, what was how'd you find out, basically?
you couldn't have said it any better. She came to me, said, "I have some unfortunate news."
Oh wow.
And kind of did that like, "Oh, I'm acting sad, but I'm not really sad."
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, woe is me, woe is you, aren't we so woe?"
And what was your immediate reaction? Were you just like, obviously you were upset, but like, what did you say to her?
I became. It was very strange. I was talking to my friend Terry about this earlier today.
I remember Terry. Okay.
Oh yeah. That when it happened, when she said that to me, I suddenly felt nothing. Like this blank.
You disassociated.
Completely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I even said to her, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel right now.
Yeah.
I don't feel anything. She said, do you hate me? Do you hate me? Am I a horrible person?
Oh, punish me. I'm so bad, you know.
Yeah, and I said, I can't do anything right now.
Like, what do you want me to, yeah, what do you want me to do?
I have to go.
Just get out of there, right? And then you stayed with her friends for a while.
I did, and they were amazing.
And now you're in Ottawa.
And now I'm finally back in my home and native land.
You know, I mean, when you say... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ace. Ace has something to say.
I was going to say, as someone who's been through this before, I feel for you very much.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it was... I mean, obviously, you fell very hard for her because, I mean, you were willing to move to the United States and immigrate for her, which is like... I remember when you told me that, and you were getting your citizenship, and you were living in Ohio, and I was just... Do you remember what my one-word response was?
Why?
Why? Yeah, why? Why now? Why would you move to the United States if you live in Canada? And, you know, like, why would you... Like, Ohio, of all places, and you just said for love, and I said, all right, I get it. You know.
Yep.
I get it.
But I can add to this. As somebody who's been through this 10 years ago, it does get better with time. You'll make it through this, bro.
Yep.
God, I hope so. Thank you.
And you got us to lean on, too. Like, my whole community is behind you on this.
Lean on me.
And we're being told that you are where they filled Superman 4, so I guess we could have you to blame for that.
Cool. Whoa, Superman 4. Hey, I like that one.
No, come on. That was the worst one.
He quested for peace.
Badly.
Yeah, but I don't know. I liked it when I was a kid.
You know that. Don't watch it again. Then keep those good memories. Don't. If you remember it as being a fun movie, don't do yourself the disservice of actually watching it again.
No, I've done that with some properties and have regretted it.
Yeah, you will regret it if you watch Superman 4 again. You know. You know what? Okay, so they could have made a really good movie out of that concept. And the part where it diverged was when Superman goes before the UN and announces that he's going to take all of their nuclear weapons and just get rid of them. And then they all, like, fucking applaud and cheer. And I'm like, are you kidding? That's not what would happen. He would.
No, that's not what would happen at all.
It would be the world versus Superman. Can you imagine that? Like, if all the governments were fighting him as he was trying to, you know, like, throw away all the nuclear, and then he would have to realize that, wait a minute, I've caused more war by doing this. You know what I mean? It would have been like, it would have been a good existential way of looking at Superman, but
it would have become like Injustice.
Well, I wouldn't go that far because he became a total monster in Injustice. You know, he never. Like 2 games, he still hasn't been like, wow, I'm a shitlord, you know? He's still justifying everything. But anyway, let's get started, guys. We're going to swap ourselves over to here. We're going to kill the music. And we are going to begin, as we always do, with Tumblr Gets Deep. Hey,
Let's
Sarah.
get deep.
All right, so once again, it says 20 plus, so I have to find out how many there are. We're looking at 21, which is the traditional Tumblr Gets Deep is 21, right?
Yeah, that's the usual 21.
Yeah. All right, number 1, Tallahassee EMP3 says, say what you want about Reddit, but the fact that it lets you sort by controversial so you can see people fighting each other is a perfect feature.
Agreed.
I always wondered
that.
about that, like on Reddit, because you could sort by, there's a lot of metrics that you could sort subreddits by, and they make sense, like top views, top upvotes, most replies, hot, which means it's, you know, recently been Controversial, I don't know how they measure that. How do they measure how... Is it by how many comments? Is it downvotes? Is it... I wonder how they... how Reddit's algorithm tracks which posts are controversial.
Maybe there's like a certain button or something you press that's like an exclamation, like "Whoa!
No,
I can't believe it!" or something like that.
I haven't seen anything like that on Reddit.
'Cause I'm only vaguely familiar with Reddit.
I think it's based on how similar the number of upvotes and downvotes are.
Okay, so the closer they are to each other, that's controversy. That makes some sense, actually. It probably is that. All right, number 2. There's always at least one name in these that makes me laugh. Lesbian Shepherd says, Lesbian Shepherd's just like, first I shall gather my flock, and then you and me.
They gather all the lesbian seagulls.
Oh yeah, fly with me, lesbian seagulls. The funniest H.P. Lovecraft story is the one where some guy's family offended an evil wizard who then cursed his entire family, saying that all the men would die before they hit like 30. The protagonist is going crazy trying to find a spell to break the curse, and then the big reveal was that the wizard was just literally breaking into their house and killing them himself.
Hilarious!
That's one way to do it. That H.P. Lovecraft is a sick fuck.
Had some interesting ideas.
And some terrible ideas, too. Just don't ask what his cat was named.
He lacked the constitution for math.
All right, number 3. Cell phone doesn't like water because it is a combination of the other 3 elements. It is a rock, earth, that we fill with lightning, fire, that can control radio waves, air. If it contained water too, it would be too perfect. It would be like a god. To prevent this, the universe kills the would-be uniter of the elements. It's basic science. The person's name on that was cut off, but I just imagine the icon of a large blunt being smoked. Huron Brew replies, "Hey OP, Google what LCD stands for." That's true.
Uh-oh.
And then Alive Emal says, "I took an oath in 3rd grade to never do drugs." And the Wandering A says, "I feel compelled to share one of my favorite bits from The Martian, the book of The Martian, and I will read this to you. Each crewman had their own laptop, so I have 6 at my disposal. Rather, I had 6. I now have 5. I thought a laptop would be fine outside. It's just electronics, right? It'll keep warm enough to operate in the short term, and it doesn't need air for anything. It died instantly. The screen went black before I was out of the airlock. Turns out the L in LCD stands for liquid. I guess it either froze or boiled off. Maybe I'll post a consumer review. Bought product to surface of Mars. It stopped working. 0 out of 10.
I like that last little bit.
Yeah. And the answer to your question, Alice, is yes. All right. Number 4, The Real Numbers posts a series of images. See, my Italian husband gets a pickle with his food for the first time. Putting salt... Oh, these are like thumbnails, like videos or something. Putting salt in my Italian husband's espresso. Why would you do such a thing? Putting ice in my Italian husband's espresso. Washing my Italian husband's mocha with soap. Bringing my Italian husband to Olive Garden. And telling my Italian husband his food is disgusting. And The Real Numbers just comments, "Someone free this man." And the situation says, "Italian man equivalent of those dog owners who intentionally agitate their chihuahuas for views."
Aww.
I saw one of these things, and it was, she was making spaghetti, right? And that's an Italian classic spaghetti, right? And she broke the noodles in half before she put them in the pot.
Oh, I like doing that.
Oh, don't do that, please. It's the wrong thing to do. And he flipped, but he was like... He wasn't, like, being too aggressive or anything, but he was just like, "Why you do that for, my love?" Like that, right? "Why you put the pasta? Why I got to eat it so short? It's like shit." And she's like, "But it won't fit in the pan." He's like, "Why it fits you in the pan? Of course it fits in the pan, The man was just so agitated, and he's doing the thing where his hands are flying all over. And it was very stereotypical. Yeah. Alice's soon-to-be Italian ex-husband.
I like that it's always Italian husband. Like, granted, maybe two of those. The Italian is relevant, but
Well,
the one
espresso and Olive
with
Garden.
the salt in espresso. I don't care who you are. That ain't
Yeah,
right.
putting salt in someone's espresso is a war crime.
Yeah, espresso
Oh.
is coffee, by the way. Is Italian, by the way. But yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. As a matter of fact, you know what? It almost bothers me as much when people like cream and sugar up espresso, and it's like, if you wanted a cappuccino, just say so. You know what I mean?
A good point.
All right. Number 5, Mexicanine. That's fantastic. Speaking of Chihuahuas, there was a picture of one here. Oh my god, I found this video on YouTube called Elk Hunting Chihuahua, and the guy is like, make sure you have a good hunting dog. It just opens up his backpack to reveal his little Chihuahua named Coco and tells us how amazing she is at hunting. And then he just whips her out and says, you gotta have one of these things. They can track. They're just the best hunting dogs in the world. And that was the whole video. And honestly, I've never wanted a Chihuahua more in my life. And by the way, there's a picture of him holding the dog, and this next person describes it perfectly. Tangerang says, I'm crying. He's holding her like an orange. Just like, you gotta get one of these. These Chihuahuas is good in hunting them elk.
You won't fucking believe this thing.
Good God. All right, number 6. Hobo RG says, computer nerds have been kvetching about how there are only 17,576 three-letter acronyms to go around since the 1960s. Lyric Writes Pro says, I had cognitive behavioral therapy last year, and every time my therapist used the acronym, I could feel my soul leave my body and descend into hell. You know, there's more, but I do have to point out that when I see CBT, that's not the first thing I think of as cognitive behavioral therapy.
CBT? What do you think of?
Cock and ball torture.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. It's a category. Why? Oh, I don't know why they do it. I just know that they do it. And
it's apparently very popular.
Yeah, and
I don't know why.
They call it CBT. Some people are into that, you know. And then
CBT.
Giraffeter says, I have a friend who does computer numerical control machining, and every so often he'll have a question and begin a tweet like, for my friends who are into CNC, and then every time my skeleton leaves my body and flies around the room. Okay, so I don't know what dirty thing CNC is, so I'm going to ask Google.
I believe they have a music factory.
No, it's CNC, not
I know.
Not that other thing. I'm just getting that, the computer numerical thing. Oh wait, here it is. Weird. Here it is. Urban Dictionary. This is where we gotta look. BDSM community. CNC stands for consensual non-consent.
Very strange.
That's where you pretend that you're raping each other.
Like, oh no, don't ravage me.
Yeah. Ravish is the word you're looking for, by the way.
Oh, sorry, I did say, did it come out like ravage?
Yeah, different word.
Oh, whoops.
I know Stan Lee got very upset about that. Oh, no, it wasn't Stan Lee. It was Jim. It was one of those other guys, like Jim Shooter or something, because Stan Lee wrote a comic called Ravage, and this one guy was like, that means rape, and he's like, no, it doesn't.
It's ravish.
Yeah. Number 7, okay, so is a picture, and it says, how to save money by eliminating all sources of joy from your life. And then Apis95 says, the less you eat, drink, buy books, go to theater or to balls or to the pub, the less you think, love, theorize, sing, paint, fence, etc., the more you will be able to save, and the greater will become your treasure, which neither moth nor rust will corrupt, your capital. The less you are, the less you express your life. The more you have, the greater is your alienated life, and the greater is the saving of your alienated being, which is a quote from Karl Marx, by the way.
Oh.
Look at that. It's true. There are, this is a real article, How to Save Money by Eliminating All Sources of Joy from Your Life. That's not like the Onion or something. That's a real article, and it's like, is that our goal, to become a dragon sitting on gold?
Like, once you have all this amassed wealth, do something with it.
Yeah.
The thing is, you mentioned a dragon sitting on a pile of gold, and I just want to give the dragon scritches.
Well, just make sure you don't take any of the gold, because they know exactly how many coins there are. It's like Scrooge McDuck all over again. All right,
The leprechaun from Leprechaun.
Hey, I want me gold. I'm so glad he's doing Willow again, so he doesn't have to do another Leprechaun film. All right, number 8, John Bernthal says, I just found out Merriam-Webster had a time traveler feature that tells you some of the words that were born the same year as you. It's pretty neat. Y'all should do this. And then Boba Vader says, I was born with vape, and I will die with vape. Twenley1 Pilot says, I was born with judgy. Phantoms and Feminism says, 3D printer, cybersex, and heteronormative. Ha. Animated American says, my favorites, Brown Dwarf, Superstring, Intertextuality, Domestic Partner, and the now obsolete Electronic Mail. Nice.
Electronic mail.
You know, I should do this. Should I go to the Merriam-Webster and...
Yeah, I want to know this too, yeah.
Because, you know, it's finding out... It is my birthday, so finding out what words I was born with, why not, right? Okay, so I was born
What a perfect day.
Right, in 1980... Wow, there's a lot of them, though. Like 401k... Accelerator, mass spectrometry. I'm just gonna okay. I'm gonna point out the good ones. Let's see.
Yeah,
okay.
Cherry pick.
Cell suicide. That's pretty great. Chronic wasting disease. Exfoliator. Fugly. I didn't know Fugly was that old. Fugly came out in 1980. Gazillionaire.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's so many. PET scan.
Let's wow.
See. Wow.
Really? 80?
Techno pop. Veg out was first used in 80.
Nice.
Yeah. And Yuppie.
Yep.
Rise of the Yuppies.
Right in 1980. Yeah. Perfect.
That's when the Yuppies rose, right? Okay, number 9 starts with a tweet from, it's so blurry, Octopus Caveman, who says, my son put some tricks in his ant farm. I've seen this, actually. Instead of eating them, the ants dug up all the dead ants in the farm and put them on top of the tricks. Not sure what that means, but I'm not eating tricks anymore. And then the unnecessary commentary says, fun fact, it's because Trix contains oleic acid, which is a naturally occurring chemical in sunflower and canola oil. Oleic acid is also released by ants when they die. It is the dead ant smell, basically. So they smell dead ant on the Trix and go, oh, dead ant pile, and pile their dead on the Trix. Fun fact, they will also treat live ants like dead ones if they smell like oleic acid. The live ant will furiously clean itself and leave the graveyard and keep getting dragged back until they eventually get rid of the smell. It's incredibly funny, actually. I'm alive, guys. Please stop carrying me to the corpse pile, please. Sorry, buddy, but you smell a little too much like death to be believed.
I'm not quite dead.
Well, let's just help you on your way. Bonk!
Apparently, some species of ant, if you spray them with the acid, will not furiously clean themselves, but will march to the corpse pile themselves.
Wow, that's dedication to the cause, huh?
Oh,
yeah,
I guess I'm dead.
You're just like, I'm smelling kind of dead. I guess I'll lay over there for a while and just wait for the Grim Reaper, right?
And tricks really are for kids.
All right, number 10, homunculus argument says generally people who are scared of farm animals are scared because they're not familiar with them, don't know how to properly handle them, and don't know what they are like. Except for pigs. People who aren't scared of pigs aren't generally familiar with pigs. Like, I'm not kidding, a full-grown adult domestic pig is a 2-in-1 murder and corpse disposal service the size of a small pony. Wild boars aren't dangerous because they're wild, they're dangerous because they're pigs.
Weird.
Accurate.
Maybe that's how that Stephen King story should have ended, you know, secret window, secret garden. Instead of the corn thing, they should have used pigs. I don't know.
That was one of the funniest, well, that was easily the funniest half second in that whole movie.
When he reveals that the corn thing?
And it's like the last frame is him eating the corn.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop laughing.
It is funny. Johnny Depp just hamming it up. All right, number 11, Lizard's sister says, fruit fly diving straight toward the glass of apple cider vinegar mixed with dish soap already littered with the corpses of his kin. And just shows a picture of, like, Black Adam diving into the ground with a very serious look on his face. Yeah, I smell dead. I must be. Off I go. All right, number 12, Whoops Robots says, my favorite high school thing ever was in our English lit class reading of Hamlet, and we all had to play different characters, and partway through, everybody started reading it like a porno, with breathy moaning voices, and the dude playing the queen spoke in a drunken Alabama accent, and the teacher told us we were awful and that Shakespeare would have wanted it this way.
Yep, probably.
Accurate.
I think Shakespeare would have insisted that it be read that way.
Like, this is now the way it must be played.
This is canon, right? Number
Canon
13.
in the Shakespeare verse.
Yeah. Oh, this is a person again. Number 13, homunculus argument says, Dear after almost 150 years of cars. Maybe if I stand really quietly here in this exposed area right in front of this thing that barrels directly toward me at unfathomable speeds, it won't see me. Seagulls after 20 years of smartphones. The exact moment when the human glances at their rectangle is the best time to swoop in and snatch the shit from their other hand.
I wonder how often that happens.
Constantly.
Yes.
Constantly. When are they not snatching something? When you're distracted for half a second.
Seagulls are born bastards.
They really are. It's like June says, birds are assholes. That's why I eat them. Number 14, Melanie Fang says, Whoa, dude, when I heard about radfems, I thought it would be the most radical females. But these chicks are saying some bogus things about other babes. Aveline Shepard just replies with an image that makes it look like Bill and Ted are saying what was above that. And see, June says, birds are assholes. It'd be like that. Gibbs, you're a stinky bastard today. Number 15, Balaclava Trismegistus says, well, they posted an article first. Prisoners could serve 1,000-year sentences in 8.5 hours in the future. There are a number of psychoactive drugs that distort people's sense of time, so you can imagine developing a pill or a liquid that made someone feel like they were serving a 1,000-year sentence, she said. So, like, basically that Judge Dredd movie, right?
Or that episode of Deep Space Nine.
Yes, that too, yeah.
What's his name?
O'Brien.
O'Brien.
If I drove a bulldozer through an Apple store and the cops just shoved me in a closet and pumped me full of DMT for 8 hours, I'd literally just do it again the second they let me out.
Let's live a couple lives.
Maybe you could learn how to play the flute next time.
Hey.
That's crazy. All right, number 16, Cap and Soapy. That's just not the right name to be picking, but Cap and Soapy says, fun fact, if your breasts are somewhere between 36C and 36D, then they weigh about the same as your brain. If you're above a D cop, you've probably got more boob than brain. And then Maggie Carp 2 says, don't I know it?
Yeah.
Yes, that was in the stalls.
I bet. All right, number 17, Lesbian says, being a humanities major who's friends with STEM majors is so funny because you ask all your friends what they're doing today, and they're just like, ugh, it's so stressful. I have to stabilize the reactor core for my nuclear power midterm, and then I have to build the supercomputer from I have no mouth, yet I must scream for my electrical engineering homework. What about you? And you're like, oh, well, I have to read a fun little book and write an essay about gender. And they still think you have it worse. And then Freakin' Flip Flop says, being a STEM major who's friends with humanity majors is also funny because you'll ask what's going on with them and they'll just be like, oh yeah, my day's pretty good. I only have to read 50 pages for this one class today and half a book for another one. It's much better than last week where I read 3 books and wrote a 10-page paper about their overlapping motifs for one class while also researching a niche period of time that our library doesn't have any resources on. How's it been for you? And you're just like, oh, I have a little packet of fun math puzzles due tomorrow, and they look at you like you're carrying the weight of the universe on your back. You know, that's there's 2 types of people, right?
Grass is always greener, I guess. Just listening to that made me want Tylenol.
Well, which sounded worse, the STEM or the humanities?
The one where you read a lot.
The humanities, okay. You don't like to... Well, you're blind, so your reading is
I like to read.
slow process.
I just can't read a lot.
You have that little voice that reads to you, don't you?
I do.
As long as it doesn't sound like Jason Alexander.
I
What
wouldn't mind
is
that.
risk management? And why is it so risky? All right. Number 18, Ocean A Romantic is the way I think I'm supposed to be saying this. Plays Assassin's Creed to study for my AP history exam. And then Superhero Nerd says, this is actually really funny. In high school, my humanities teacher told us a story about one of the Europe trips he had gone on with the school a few summers past. So him and this group of kids were in the middle of Rome, and the tour guide had gotten lost. They could figure out how to get to some church they were going to see. All of a sudden, one of the students, calls attention to himself. He says he knows where to go and just starts walking around the streets, taking back roads and side streets, and within 20 minutes, they're at the church they needed to get to. My teacher asked this kid if he's ever been to Italy before. He says no, but he just knew where to go because he played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
It's that accurate, huh?
It supposedly is, and the Scarlet Empress says, "I've been looking for this." Yeah, they have tried hard to make it historically accurate and geographically accurate. All right, number 19, Sklug says, "Fucking bizarre that computers heat up while operating. Like, dude, it's just math." And Official Kirchi says, "I too heat up doing math. They're not special." And then Tenedrin says, "It's worse than that. The laws of physics require doing math to produce waste heat." And Overly Abstract says, "It's bonkers that the answer to can they make a more efficient steam engine is no, and by the way, all good is temporary. But objectively, even funnier that the answer to can my fucking CPU stop throttling is no, because otherwise you could make more efficient steam engines." And then Tanadrin says, "Rolf Landauer looking at a steam engine. This is just a very bad computer."
I guess?
I think they lost me about halfway through there, I think.
My eyes went a little cross-eyed.
A little, right? All right, number 20, Bogleach says, "It's so funny how kids who were only given the girl toys seem to frequently develop the most maniacal imaginations. When I was little and I visited friends or family who were little girls, they'd have their Barbies involved in ritual sacrifice or human trafficking. They'd have Barbie's evil twin drive Ken to suicide by poisoning his horse or some shit. Action figures set up only the simplest kinds of violence, heroes and villains punching or shooting each other over their doomsday plots. When you crave high-stakes drama, as all children do, but your characters are all rich suburban women, you kind of have no choice but to get pitch dark, I think. The only kinds of villains that logically exist in that setting are just so much sicker and nastier than just Dr. Octopus or something."
I guess because it leaves more to the imagination, it's not as specific what the goal
The most
is.
horrible evil comes from the horse girls.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
You
no.
know, Barbie shows up with the Starbucks cup, smiling that she's murdered 3 people that week, right?
With the Starbucks cup.
Somehow, right? All right, and number 20, Saristas says, "So how is it that secondhand embarrassment is the single most powerful and weakening emotion one can feel from media? Tragedy? Delicious. A hard-earned happy ending? Wonderful. A convoluted narrative? Keeps you glued. Simple slice of life? It's entertaining. Secondhand embarrassment? Hang on, G, I gotta pause this for 15 minutes. No, I cannot continue watching this right now. I am just not strong enough." Well, if you really want true horror, there's no better way to do it than cringe.
Yeah. Where you
Yeah.
actually cringe.
Yeah.
You don't just say it out loud.
Oh, yeah, not like, "Oh, little totes cringe, bro." Not like that. I mean, like, actual, cringing, you know? But yeah, out of 21, I would have to say this was highly pleasing, just like the cheese in Wisconsin. I'm going to give it an 18. What do you guys say?
I'll also give it a legal 18.
Legal 18.
I'll give it an E out of pie.
E out of pie? All right, what does that translate to? $4?
Yes.
$4! Let's see those $4 emotes, guys. $4. I actually do have a $4 emote. There, Jake just used it. There they are. $4. Hey, wait, hold on. I'll get him on the phone. $4. Okay. All right. I have some. Before we get to the submitted lists, I have some lists on my phone, which I looked in 3 other places before I found it. Although I apparently can't get too crazy because I only have 20% battery, but whatever, man.
You'll make it work.
Here comes all the alerts. Quora, who cares? Okay. Let's see. What is this? This is from Cracked. How many of these are there? There's 19 common misconceptions about huge movies and shows. Ooh. Cracked. Oh, wait. Actually, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's put a pin in that for a second. Eighth, you have a list for us, don't you?
I do.
EB knows that Cracked is run by shitheads because EB wrote for them for a while.
For real?
Yep. I mean, that's not that surprising. EB wrote for House. I mean.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yes.
All
Hi,
right.
Moogle.
Hi, Moogle.
But yes, the list I have for us today is the 10 most annoying enemies in Skyrim.
Oh, dear. Now, I'm trying to think of, like, you know, to me, the most annoying enemy in Skyrim are those thugs that come after you because you, like, swipe somebody's fucking spindle.
Yeah. Those are called guards, by the way.
They're called... No, I'm talking about where they hire thugs to kill you.
Oh, those guys,
And
yeah.
it usually happens pretty early in the game, and you'll just be returning from a cave, and then, like, 3 guys are just like, you pissed off the wrong people, you know? And the most fucked up thing is that when you kill them, there's a note on them that tells you who the person is that hired them. And
Yeah, so now you know who to go assassinate.
yeah, but you have no, like, recourse in, like, you can't, like, confront them or anything. And sometimes it's not even a person. Sometimes it's like a chicken or a dog or something.
For real? Huh.
Yeah. Well, it's a glitch.
Yeah, that game is so beautifully glitched. But okay.
All right, let's hear it.
Number 10, dragons. See, dragons have this nasty habit of showing up when you really don't particularly want to need them to, and when I started out this game, I was itching to battle dragons all the time. Now, when I'm busy fighting mages or bandits or other shit, poof, Elder Dragon. Fuck off, I'm busy. They're not that hard to kill, at least when I played on Adept for my first playthrough, but it also depends on your armor and the way you attack them.
Yeah, it's like they are always showing up in inconvenient times, dragons.
Here comes that dragon again. Not now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's never like, oh yeah, sweet, a dragon. It's like now. Although
right now, please.
one time I was in the middle of Riften and this guard was trying to arrest me and I was arguing with him because it was bullshit, right? And you know what it was I accidentally hit him when we were both fighting somebody, and he starts to try to arrest me, and I'm just like, dude, what? And I'm arguing with him, and then a dragon attacks the city, and he literally said something like, I don't have time for this, and ran off to fight the dragon. And the best thing is he got killed.
Serves them right.
Asshole. Try to impose consequences for my actions, will you?
Yeah.
Not in my game.
So, number 9, skeevers. They're not
Rats,
particularly
yeah.
hard to beat, but they're just always there. They're fast as hell. They jump out at you by surprise, run around you, biting you before you can turn fast enough to hit them.
You know, I feel the skeevers were less irritating than they were in Oblivion.
They're still kind of a pain.
Yeah, well, in Oblivion, they jumped at you really fast, and it was, like, tough to react to, and that's what would piss me off.
They'd usually do me in Oblivion.
Oh, and and they're hard to see, too, so I'm sure that in
Oh,
Oblivion...
yeah. So, number 8, saber cats. They have a big habit of taking you by surprise and saying hello with a quick swipe of their claws. And they'll often leave the prey they're chasing if they manage to catch a glimpse of you. While not difficult to kill, they're kind of ninjas.
Saber cats are interesting because they're always a little tougher than you expect them to be. You're like, oh, this will be over in 2 hits, and then, you know, it is, but then you're like, wow, where did my health go?
Yeah.
It's like, it only hit me twice. How could I be almost dead?
Man,
Number
I guess
7.
I should mention that Jesse hasn't actually played Skyrim.
I have not, but I've seen a lot of footage.
Yeah.
Number 7 is ice wraiths. At
Oh,
first, these things annoyed the hell
fuck
out of me.
these guys.
Once I learned to dual cast flame spell, these
Yeah.
guys got easier to kill. Even while sneaking in the mountains, these guys are quite difficult to spot as they blend in very well with their surroundings.
They're hard to hit too because they're small, and
Yeah,
they zip
yeah.
around. You played Oblivion, right, Jesse? So
I did.
They're kind of like the will-o-wisps, but they move faster.
Oh.
Remember
Oh,
how
dear.
irritating the will-o-wisp? Now imagine them darting around like crazy.
Oh, I don't like that. Isn't there some kind of, like, homing magic missile or something you can use?
Not really.
In Skyrim, you can do like a kind of like a flamethrower effect.
Okay, maybe
You know?
that.
Yeah, that works pretty well.
But yeah, the worst thing about the wisps is they usually attack you in groups of 2 or 3 and
Yeah.
never from the same direction.
And there's usually a wisp queen nearby, you know. And I usually just call in an area of effect spell to wipe them all out at once, you know.
Makes sense.
Yeah, nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
I did
Salt
that.
the earth.
I did that once, and I hit this lady with my lightning, and she was just like cool with it, right? She understood that I wasn't aiming at her, but then like I needed to talk to her for a quest, and this was many hours later, right, in game. And I walk up to her in her house, and the first thing she says is, "Don't hurt me again."
He remembers.
Yeah. I was like,
Okay.
I told you I'm sorry, lady. Jesus Christ.
Number 6 is Draugr. They're not exactly difficult, but sometimes they swarm in numbers. Coupled with the shouting ability, they're annoying, especially when you're overwhelmed by them. I had this problem a lot during the quest to the World Eater's Eyrie. Usually I use the Aura Whisper shout, spot them before they spot me, and take them out with one shot from my bow.
Draugr are either the most fun enemies to fight or the worst.
When you get up to the level where you've got 4 of them shouting Fusro Da at you simultaneously.
Yeah, that's the worst, yeah.
That'd be annoying.
They're surprisingly bulky for zombies, too. They're a lot more, you know, because they were in Morrowind, and they were not, like, particularly dangerous enemies. They were just creepy. I do like when they're, like, with all, like, the regular corpses, and you can kind of sort of pick out which ones are Draugr and kill them before they even, like, notice you. But, yeah.
And then you get high enough level where they're all wearing epic armor.
Yeah, the Death
they're
Lords.
so obvious it's not funny.
The Draugr Death Lords, you know, those are not fun to fight. You could kill them quickly in stealth, but as soon as they notice you, it's like they get 500 points to armor or something. They become very bulky. And they don't only know Fusro Da, they also know that disarm shout, and that's the worst shit, because then you gotta find, where did my weapon go?
Oh, that just immediately drops your armor or weapons or shield?
It sends your weapon flying.
Eesh.
Yeah, that's a pain.
And in a dark cave with a whole bunch of corpses, and it could be hard to find what you're looking for, you know?
Okay, so this list goes on to number 5, Thalmor. They just kind of pissed me off when I first ran into them. I asked myself about Talos, and they immediately labeled me as a heretic, so I defended myself. I killed them. I started doing this over and over after that, mainly because I can harvest their clothing and armor. And once they said they were going to eliminate the Nord race, I immediately went into rage mode and just killed them as soon as I see them now.
So, I mean, the Thalmor are not, you know, like, technically enemies, and they're not mobs. They don't automatically target you, but I automatically target them because fuck them.
Exactly.
Well, if they want to commit genocide, yeah.
They kind of already have in the past too. So there's a nasty history of the Thalmor, you know. They are race supremacists. So I don't, you know. Fuck 'em.
The Nazis of Skyrim.
Yes.
I would say the Stormcloaks are closer to Nazis, while the Thalmor are like, they think because they're elves that they're better than anyone. Yeah. It's more of fantasy racism, you know.
Yeah. Number 4 is the Charis. I was lucky only running into these guys during the main quest once. There were a lot of them. Because I was running low on health, I avoided them as much as possible. They're creepy looking and really annoying.
Okay, I didn't actually hear what you said. It's Charis? Is that what you said?
Charis.
Charis?
The bugs that accompany the blind elves.
The Charizards.
Oh, I always called them Chorus.
I don't know.
I don't know
how it's supposed to be said.
I don't think any of the characters in the game say it out loud, so I don't. Well, there's some of them that spit poison, and it will kill you very fast.
Oh yes.
Those guys are nasty.
And those are another one of those enemies that in some dungeons you'll run into like 100 of them at a time.
Well, the Falmer freaking like have them in pens like they're cattle. So you know they keep them. So if you're in a Falmer area, they'll swarm you pretty quick. And then there's those eggs that hatch. It's pretty rough.
Oh, and Alice says Kanye West endorses the Stormcloaks.
Of course he does. I love the Stormcloaks. They invented the highway and shouting.
Number 3, mages and hagravens.
Hagravens are annoying because they have a tendency to teleport at low health.
Yep, I cannot tell you how much I fucking hate mages. Of all the times I died in this game, 70% of the time it was due to fucking mages. Conjurers, summoners, whatever. I just think I have a natural weakness to magic or something. I especially hate it when they constantly heal themselves. Do they ever run out of mana? The conjurers are annoying because they summon frost atronachs constantly, but it's a good thing because if you kill the conjurer, they go away.
The worst are the ice mages, because even if their spell misses you, it slows you down. The ice,
yes,
the ice effect, it makes you slow. So it
sounds like a bad time.
It's tough to dodge those. Yeah, you're trying to dodge spells and you're moving slowly because you're cold, and it's
Stop backpedaling and let me cut your head off already.
And by the way, they don't heal themselves with magic. They carry potions. That's why they never seem to run out.
Oh, clever.
Yeah.
Number 2, wisps and the wisp mother.
I think that they're quick to kill though, because they're not as bad as the ice wraiths.
Yeah, but I think the wisp mother makes up for it a bit.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but by the time I get to a wisp mother, I'm usually kind of OP. So.
And this person's last one is dwarven automatons.
Oh my god. If these guys, like, if you're playing a stealth character like I do, and you're trying to get away from them, they will chase you pretty much all the way out of the dungeon.
Yes, the automatons will just not give up on you ever, and you can't avoid them with stealth, it seems.
Yeah, you need good lightning spells to really take them down quickly, because that's the only thing that really hurts them a lot. You can use stealth, it's just you have to be like really high level stealth, and as soon as they notice you, it's like it's very hard to hide. They know where to find you. They know the dark places, you know.
Yeah. Now,
when it kind of creature that you want to see you, like you want to avoid them at all costs.
Well, I mean, they're just robots, and I mean, they're not super hard to kill, but they do tend to call in the homies.
They take a while to chip down their health. It's really hard to get anything resembling a crit on them, and they're almost impossible to stealth away from.
And some of them give off an electric shock when they die.
Yeah, that too. Now, this person's list, it left off my primary annoyance in Skyrim.
Which is?
Anybody and everybody who says the line, never should have come here.
Bandits, usually, right? You never should have come
here. I've heard it from bandits, I've heard it from Forsworn, I've heard it from the occasional mage, necromancer, all of them. Even a Thalmor once, I think. And it's just that all of them.
Whenever they say you never should have come here, I'm like, that's what your mama said.
And she goes, I admire your spirit, but you're going to be the first to die for saying that.
Oh my god. I'm thinking of that one Skyrim clip I have where I was being chased by this dude, and I'm like really low health, and I'm like, get away from me, get away from me. And he chased me out of the dungeon, and I just lured him to a cliff, circled around, and Fusordad him. And I just see his body falling, and I'm just go, goodbye. You're definitely dead. Fusordad doesn't do much damage, but if you knock somebody off a cliff, they die.
Yes, indeed.
So this was 10. I gotta give it an 8. Jesse.
I'll trust this list, and I'll go a 9.
Okay, cool.
So I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. All right. So this is cracked. 19 huge common misconceptions about huge shows and movies. So let's see what we have. Number 19, we remember Seinfeld as being the quintessential show about nothing, but it often had long-running storylines. Season 4, for instance, was about the show's Jerry Seinfeld getting his own sitcom, and Season 7 was about George Costanza's engagement to Susan Ross. Well, I mean, yeah, it definitely started as, like, it doesn't have to be about anything, but yeah, they had stories.
It's just they would have like self-contained episodes a lot of the time.
Oh, of course, yeah. You could pick any episode and just watch it and not have to say anything, you know. Number 8. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't think I've actually seen 2 consecutive episodes of Seinfeld.
Well, there you go. You don't
Well.
really need to, for that. Number 18, when you think of Game of Thrones, you think of gratuitous nudity, right? Think again. Although wandering nudes and graphic sex were common during season 1, they steadily declined as the show progressed. By the final season, those scenes were effectively gone. Yeah, because they already hooked people in.
I'm a little glad about that. Like, if that's
Yeah.
all it is in season 1, it's like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Well, do you remember, like, right when Game of Thrones started, we were doing list critics, and there was something about a couple who wanted to have loud sex, but they didn't want their neighbors to hear it or whatever, so they would just play the Game of Thrones theme song and then have loud sex.
Oh, the floppy wiener song.
Yeah. So they'd hear, like, na, 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 and then all of a sudden they'd hear loud sex and be like, wow, they really just get right into it on that show.
Yep.
All right, number 17. Romantic? Yes, but Casablanca is also a masterpiece of World War II propaganda. Warner Brothers produced the film following a pro-war rubric outlined by the U.S. Department of War. The department was hoping to shift the American public stance against intervention in the escalating conflict in Europe. When will you realize that in this world today, isolationism is no longer practical policy, which is a quote from the movie. So basically, they made a pro-war movie to make people okay about us going to war.
Yeah, there's a lot of propaganda in that, but they tied it around with a good love story, sort of.
Yeah, well, that's how you get people to actually go see it,
Yeah.
Number 16, Pikachu is actually pretty damn weak. Every 2 seasons or so, he gets his ass kicked by some unevolved, inconsequential chump. Makes you wonder why Team Rocket tries hard to catch him.
More like Weekachu, am I right?
You know what? I have a theory. I've never really watched very much of this show, but I have a theory why these 3 assholes are so invested in catching the Pikachu, right? Like, episode 1, Giovanni's like, go get that fucking rat, right? And they're just like, that's all they have to do now. That's their thing. It's been 20 years, and it's like, what are those idiots doing? Oh, you told us to get the rat. That was 20 years ago.
It's job security.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's job security.
Like an algorithm that just hasn't completed its process yet.
Yeah. Number 15, Sherlock Holmes doesn't always win. The great detective usually solves the mysteries, but not always in time to prevent a crime or catch the bad guy. He admits to a prospective client, I have been beaten 4 times, 3 times by men and once by a woman. But that was his, sex life, so.
Nah.
Number 14, the name Mad Hatter wasn't given by Lewis Carroll. In fact, the book simply calls him the Hatter. The term mad as a hatter came from hat makers getting mercury poison as part of their profession. Back then, the mercury nitrate was used in the process of turning animal fur into felt. Well, look, if you create a character that's called the Hatter and he's insane, people are going to call him the Mad Hatter, right?
It just fits.
And the character actually did display all the symptoms of the mercury poisoning, so it makes sense.
even the physical symptoms. All right, number 13. You probably thought Tim Burton was the one who directed The Nightmare Before Christmas, but he only contributed to the concept of the film through his poem. The film was the hard work of Henry Selick, who directed the film without much input from Burton. This is oversimplifying it because Tim Burton did produce the film. Like, yes, he didn't direct it, but it's not like he just wrote the poem and then said, all right, shit's over, I'm going home.
Like, they still put his name, like, in the main credits, like, Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, well, that was to get people to watch it, He
was hot then.
Number 12. That 70s show, Fez's nickname isn't derived from his real name. It's an abbreviation of foreign exchange student with the S replaced by a Z.
I actually knew that.
I'd know that. Let's see, number 11. Much of the humor of The Office comes from how, as a manager, Michael Scott is an incompetent buffoon. People forget, however, that he was also a top-notch salesman, winning Dunder Mifflin's Top Salesman of the Year 2 years in a row. So what?
Yeah, who cares?
Peggy Hill won Substitute Teacher of the Year 4 times, but she still didn't really know how to speak Spanish.
Oh, God.
Number 10. It's a misconception that witches and wizards receive their Hogwarts letter on their 11th birthday. While Harry Potter got to read his letter on his 11th birthday, Hogwarts mailed it to him numerous times before that day. Wow.
Who
Who cares? Super who cares, right?
I care.
I'm just I'm just flashing back to that insane Harry Potter guy coming after me on Quora earlier. That guy, man. I told him to quit while he's behind. We'll see if he replies again. Number 9, SpongeBob SquarePants. Squidward is an octopus, not a squid. He doesn't have 8 legs because it's easier to draw him with 6. If he has 6 legs, he is not a squid or an octopus. Am I tripping?
Does he have 2 arms? That would make 8 appendages.
No, he has like 4 legs and 2 arms. That's 6.
Oh, huh.
Unless he's got like 2 other things that we're not seeing. So he's not. Squids have 10 appendages, and octopus have 8. So he's clearly some sort of bug.
Yeah, Squidward is, as far as I'm concerned, a Minecraft villager.
There you go. Number 8, Friday. Everyone remembers the 1995 weed-infused buddy comedy as light, silly fun, but the last half hour of the movie takes a pretty serious turn when Craig, played by Ice Cube, reveals he has a gun. By the time the sun goes down on their Friday, the movie has a drive-by shooting, domestic assault, and a pretty powerful anti-gun message. Damn.
Yeah, I remember that, but it's still, they still throw the jokes in there.
Oh, of course. You got ham, no burger, peanut butter, no jelly. Ain't got shit. All right, number 7. People complain about the Dragon Ball Z formula of having Goku beaten, somehow powering up, and then beating the bad guy in a rematch. This never happened. In all the fights in Dragon Ball Z, either he won easily, just barely won, or the fight ended in a draw, or he lost and someone else saved the day.
I guess it's just a trope that manifested from nothing.
Who cares? High score.
Oh.
Number 6, the Pink Panther wasn't the name of the character in the 1963 movie. It was the name of a big pink diamond with a flaw in the shape of a leaping panther. The movie was about a thief trying to steal that diamond.
I knew that. I remember watching those back in the day.
Anybody who's actually seen the movie knows that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 5, Vin Diesel isn't in all of the Fast and Furious movies. He turned down Too Fast, Too Furious, and only made a brief cameo at the end of the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, I saw the first 3 and was like, nope to all 3. It's 2 strikes, you're out.
Behold,
I haven't seen a
field in which I grow my fucks. See that it is barren.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay. Number 4, Tony Soprano is the boss of the DeMeo crime family. There is no Soprano crime family. Wow, anybody who watched season 1 knows that. Come on, guys. Number 3, Game of Thrones does not take place in the Kingdom of Westeros. The setting of the show is actually called the Seven Kingdoms. Westeros is just one of the continents. I think my who cares meter just rolled over.
I think this is maybe meant for outsiders who only know the kind of the bare
well,
minimum.
It is, yeah, it is misconceptions, but it's all right. Okay,
yeah.
So, imagine if you say, "Oh yeah, they're in Westeros." Well, actually, they're in the Seven Kingdoms. One of which is Westeros. Like, okay, like fuck you.
Actually.
Yeah. Number 2. Think it was odd that the professor on Gilligan's Island could build a Geiger counter out of coconuts, but had never even tried to just patch the minnow? Actually, he did try. In an early episode, he tried to repair the holes with glue made from tree sap. The glue failed and destroyed the boat permanently. Okay, but why can't he make a new boat?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's not something you could do instantly. I'm playing Ys 8. I get that building a ship is a long process, but he never really
Get Theseus on that.
Oh my god. And Theseus. And number 1, it's often believed that Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th used a chainsaw as a murder weapon, but he never, not even once, used a chainsaw in the entire movie franchise.
I'm trying to think of a time when he did, but I don't think so, no.
No. The picture that they use has Homer Simpson with the chainsaw and the hockey mask. Hey, Bart, you want to see my chainsaw and hockey mask?
Yeah, the guy with the chainsaw was Leatherface, wasn't it?
Absolutely Leatherface. EB points out that he used a machete, which is true that machete was one of his favorite weapons. Jason generally used whatever was on hand, and if he didn't have anything on hand, he used his hands.
Or other people.
Oh yeah, he'll smack
people's hands.
He'll smack a bitch with a bitch.
Yep.
No cap. Out of 19, I thought there were going to be a lot more interesting facts and a lot less annoying facts. So out of 19, I'm going to give it like a 6. That was pretty whack.
17.
Damn, 17. You got 17 out of that?
I'll give it maybe an 8.
I enjoyed these.
Okay. And an 8 from Afe. See,
Y'all can suck it.
What are we sucking exactly?
A lollipop.
What flavor?
This dick.
I'm waiting for like these nuts, you know. All right. So I have something here from Everyday Monkey. That's the name of the website, and it's called 40 Posts That Belong in Comedy Heaven.
Now, does that mean they should die and go away, or that they're just that good?
I think it. Well, I will have to find out now, won't we? But I'm guessing it's
we'll
just
have to wait and see.
I'm guessing that it's. We'll pass judgment at the end, but yeah. Okay, so here's one from Facebook Marketing Place where Lawrence here says, "Is this still available?" And gets a reply, "Yes." Okay, are you interested? No.
Okay.
It made me laugh. All right.
Yeah.
Here's another text exchange. Our puppy Harley came down with an unknown illness today and is not doing well. He is at the vet. Please pray for him. That's Mom said that. And then Lauren says, oh no, hope he's okay. And then whoever took the picture says, is it bad? And then Grandpa posts a picture. Brisket I made today. You know.
Oh my.
This reminds me of certain people who would do this sort of thing in the Discord, and we'd all be like, can you read the room?
Take the temperature.
Yeah. Read the room. You know, we had somebody who I had to yell at multiple times about that. They're no longer on the Discord, but it was a lot of that kind of nonsense. All right, here's a post. Sophie Gad says, often think about this moment from my parents' wedding video where the cameraman just zoomed in on a plate of ham.
Look at how good it is.
If you look at the stream, you can see it. Like, what the?
Yeah.
Like, wedding videos really be like that, though. They'll just zoom in on like some random thing like that. Oh my god. And EB's seen the ham one before, and it's always hilarious. Okay, let's see. Oh my god. So this is from one of those like doorbell cam things, right? Take a look. Your front door camera spotted a person at 2:37 p.m. on the date. All right, you ready for this, guys? That's the person. It's a fly.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Cool.
It's a cool picture, but what? All right. Let's see. All right, so I guess this couple's in the process of breaking up. Please don't do this. I seriously can't live without you. I didn't cheat on you. And then a picture. And then I didn't mean to send that. And I'm gonna show the picture because this is definitely not appropriate for the breakup text. Oh, god damn it! It's just a giant fat cat photoshopped into traffic.
Kind of kills the mood.
Yeah, right.
In another kind of way.
Let's see. Would you? Okay, so this is another text exchange. Would you trade it for a riding mower? You could pick it up in League City. Hello, if I understand correctly, you would like to trade a riding mower for a $19,000 car, and we will have to come pick up the mower? Yes. Is it made of gold? No, it's red. Facebook Marketplace has to be the most unhinged place there is.
Yeah, some people just got no clue.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
Okay, I actually don't get this the formatting. Okay, it's funny, but I'm gonna just put this up here. I don't really get the formatting on this. It says me when I have plans, when people canceled, me when get. This is like Barrel made this, right?
Are they trying to talk cute?
I think it's a Zoomer meme, and there's nothing to understand.
Okay. So The left is supposed to be me when I have plans with people, and the right one is me when the plans get canceled.
But the formatting is just
Yeah, the formatting is just
nightmare, yeah.
borked.
all right. Hi, are you still selling that Mercedes car? Yeah. Can you send a photo? And the guy fucking sends a selfie. No, I mean of the car. Okay. I think my Uber driver is in trouble, and it shows their car on the map. It's in the middle of the ocean.
Oh.
And they,
I've seen that one.
yeah, they texted the person, "You good? Hi, on way. Am lost." How did this happen, Dinesh? If you're driving
they're lost.
on the ocean, then yeah, that's yeah.
Maybe they're in the channel.
Well, it doesn't look like it's between France and England. So yeah. All right, so this is somebody's Paris. I'm sorry, I meant landlord. It is clear in the lease no pets are allowed in the apartment. Sorry. And then they post a picture of a bullfrog. Okay, I will make an exception because he looks very polite.
He looks very polite.
There you go.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
I wonder if the bullfrog was named Jeremiah.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Okay.
All
All right, yeah. My grandma just texted me this. Your car is on fire. Grammy April Foul. She tried.
Yeah.
She tried to say your car is on fire and then April Fools, but spelled it as foul, and also did that boomer thing where you sign your texts.
Oh.
Yeah, you definitely you tried.
Gender reveal today. Happy to be a part of our customers' exciting news. And they just, I guess it's a pizza place, and they just wrote the word girl on a pizza with olives, and it is, I am cringing into my own butthole right now.
Oh, here I was expecting it to be a picture of the pizza place where she who shall remain nameless used to work.
Pizza's my family. I'm Coach McGurk. All right.
I thought it was going to be like the pizza's a girl.
Maybe that's what it is.
The pizza parlor burns down.
So here's an amazing Facebook post. Hey, Commonwealth Bank, how about you service your fucking ATMs in Bunbury so punters like me will not have to tape fish to them, so you'll have no choice but to come and fix them. I have more fish and tape and will power than your entire organization. Fix them now. And a picture showing that this man really did tape a fish to an ATM.
That's good incentive, I guess.
Alrighty then.
All right. This is some kid's science project, right? Do plants sneeze? Hypothesis. Plants probably sneeze. Experiment. Feathers, pepper, feet. Conclusion. Plants don't sneeze. Well, I mean, you followed the scientific method. I don't think you're going to get an A, but I don't think they can fail you for that.
Maybe a high C.
No, more like a D+, I think, right?
Ah.
All right. Oh, here's one from one of our favorite websites from back in the day, Jesse. Yahoo Answers.
Oh, my word.
Yes.
What is a person from London called? And then this guy writes, my neighbor is from London, and he is called Rob.
I think that's funny.
Good for... It's supposed to be funny, so I'm glad you think it's funny. It's very funny. All right, here's a text from somebody named Nadia. Oh, you know what? This is on like Tinder or something. I don't know why I swiped right. You're a dog. I'm a human. Our love is forbidden. And then the reply is, woof.
Aww.
Fair enough. Here's a...
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Here's a tweet from the Wall Street Journal. The expert ham sniffer of Spain is at the limit of human possibilities, smelling 800 hams a day to make sure they are perfect for Christmas. I will find a way to sniff 801. Perhaps 802 is possible.
So, like, what are the qualities of a good ham by sniffing?
I guess it has to smell like ham? I don't know. He's the expert, not me.
If only we had him here.
Yeah.
Right here.
I don't know how to rate ham. It's just, does it smell like it's rotting yet?
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Okay, it's a ham.
There you go. This text conversation is related to a DoorDash order. Hey, they're all out of lasagna. Lasagna, the shit Garfield eat. That's when you turn your autocorrect back on, I think.
Yeah.
Here's a tweet from Blatman. I can't identify a single thing in this picture. Am I having a fucking stroke? And oh my god. It's one of those early AI generated images before it looked like anything, and
Oh no.
it really does look like a stroke. Here, let me look at that. If you can identify a single thing in this image, good on you, because I can't, right?
The horror.
The horror. The horror.
Yeah, that's a bit nightmarish.
It's something, all right. Let's see. You're traveling through the forest when you happen upon a rogue druid milking his gull. Be still. Assume his vision has been clouded after years of consuming the milk. Unsheath your lute. Award the pair with a pleasant carol. Turn back. Your conjuring levels are no match for this forbidden incantation, or confront him. Politely ask for a glass. Which guy are you guys clicking on?
I'm going to go with the classic Zork answer of eat self.
Eat self. Yuck. Milking his... There's an image of this, by the way, and I'm sorry if this is gross, but this guy is milking a bird, which is not a thing that happens in anything. Also...
I mean, if it's got nipples.
I got nipples. Greg, can you milk me?
Ugh.
All right. Let's see. Our first client, Effective Transformation. We made a total facelift and a bunch of shit I can't understand. Permanent eyebrow makeup. They show a before and after picture, and I hope they swap them around because yikes. Look at that.
Yikes.
What were they thinking?
Ugh.
Just started driving for DoorDash this week, and I ended up getting one of my ex's order earlier today. I'm so tired, man. So here's the text. Hi, this is DoorDash connecting to your customer for updates about their order. No way this is actually you. Stay the fuck away from my house. Okay. I need to drop off your food or I could lose my job. I'll just leave it at your door and go. I don't want any trouble. And they responded with a bunch of clown faces.
I don't want any trouble.
And then
that has to suck for everybody.
And then showing where they got reported for not delivering the food.
Oh, lame.
After being told not to.
That's dumb.
Yeah. Nurse arrested for using a dead patient's debit card to buy snacks after the patient passed away.
Wow.
And then this is on Twitter, a reply from Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. All right, I'll give it to you, Snickers. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's irresponsible and gross, but it's also kind of funny. All right. So here's a Facebook group saying, congratulations to the 2 winners of the Doggo Drawing Contest. Remember that the winner of this contest was chosen through likes. And you could see the first and second prize winners right there. Hey, look.
Oh, then.
The people have spoken. Right?
Yeah?
People have spoken. All right. I'm skipping that one. Just pretend that I just threw up for that one. Yeah.
Roger that.
Okay, from Behavioral Health Education Services, Justin has an appointment with Dr. Marshall on Monday, October, whatever the hell, reply to confirm date and time. And they wrote pee-pee poo-poo. Justin, this is not an automated message. Should we consider this a confirmation for said time and day? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yes, tomorrow at 12:45 works for me. Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about what that last one was.
Fair enough.
It would upset everybody.
Fair enough.
Let's see. This is from Sydney Bacabella. If you're ever wondering why Beyond Wrestling doesn't use chairs, here's the reason. And there's some chairs with some poop stains on them.
Ew.
You know, from when you're sitting there watching the wrestling and you just, you don't want to get up.
You just evacuate your bowels right there.
This is a Facebook post. I've been really crushing on this girl for months, and I finally spoke to her for a few minutes today on Instagram DMs, and I asked her what she was doing, and she told me she was busy and couldn't speak, and she got so fucking rude when I asked why she was busy. Like, I'm just wondering what you're up to. I don't see how that's a big deal, but whatever. Anyway, she told me she'd speak later because she was stressed out, so I thought, okay, I'll break the ice a little, and I tried to cheer her up by saying that if she was here with me, I'd run her a nice bubble bath with a glass of champagne and candles and make it sound really sweet. And she didn't reply. I waited 4 hours later, and she still didn't reply. Gee, I wonder why. I tried to ring her, and she didn't even answer. I don't understand why girls do this. Why do they give you the time of day to immediately ignore you? And I'm not being weird or anything. I'm just trying to be a good dude and still get something. It's cut off there. I'm guessing he wants to get pussy. But, what? There was nothing funny in that whole thing.
No.
I'm moving on.
Basically, just a tale of a sad man.
All right. This is just a very simple joke from Pacala Papito, who posted, with great power comes great electricity bill.
Nah.
That's a dad joke and a half, right?
I like it.
Let's see. I had fun at lunch. We doing it again soon? Yeah, sure. Cool. What you doing? Getting ready for a date. Wait, what? 2 in 1 day? This one's a date.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Damn.
Ooh.
Damn. That's immolation. Just boom. What rhymes with orange? No, it doesn't.
Blorange.
No, they're saying no. What doesn't rhyme with orange?
I give it a 3 out of 10.
I'm skipping another one. All right, you know what? I think I'm done with this because they're getting increasingly creepy. Like, they started off cute, and like every other one is some weird incel shit at this point.
The last one is just man breathes into microphone for 5 minutes.
Oh, please no.
You're lucky I have a pop filter. I can't really do it justice. But no, yeah, I'm done with that. Out of 40, I give that a 10.
There were a couple of LOLs in there. I'll give it a 10.
About 10.
Yeah, I give it a number. A positive number.
A positive
X.
number. Solve for X. Okay. All right. This is 40 celebrity quotes that netizens around the world will always remember. So in other words, things that celebrities have said that they wish we forget, but no, the internet is forever.
Impossible.
The internet does not forget or forgive.
Yeah. Okay,
it will
so
make fun of you for life.
So I'm gonna have a little game with this one, guys. I'm gonna just say the quote, and you tell me if you can guess off the top of your heads who might have said it.
Oh boy. Okay.
Ready? Okay, I don't know. Just scroll down to the bottom. Here we go. Okay. If everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society.
Paris Hilton.
Drake.
That's Jaden Smith.
Mmm.
No, it would Drake. It would be drop out of school and come live with me, I think. All right. Last night I had cereal with milk for the first time. Life-changing.
Paris Hilton.
You're playing the numbers. If you keep saying Paris Hilton, it's eventually going to be her, right? Jesse?
Elon Musk?
Kylie Jenner.
Oh.
I was at least in the right genre of celebrity.
You really were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a reply to about somebody posed photos from inside of $20 million home, and this celebrity wrote, "Wow, wrong again. The house is $60 million." Quickly.
I don't know. One of those families that likes to flaunt their shit on YouTube
Yes!
all the time.
Yes! It's Kris Jenner.
Oh, okay.
Okay. TGI... well, this one says it right there. So, TGIF, thank God I'm Fergie. So, that's obviously Fergie.
Well,
Hold on. I'll get this.
Yeah, right.
That would be Will I Am.
Well, you got one of the other Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
I just sharted myself. That's when you fart and you shit yourself on accident.
Will Smith.
Alfonso Ribeiro.
No, that was Kris Jenner again.
Oh my god.
Yes. Alfonso Ribeiro. I specifically ordered Persian rugs with cherub imagery. What do I have to do to get a simple Persian rug with cherub imagery? Ugh.
The
Oh,
Cheetah homunculus.
You're not far off. That was Kanye West.
ah, it was Ye himself.
Yay. All right. I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream.
Somebody
Katy
out of
Perry.
touch.
This aged really amazing, okay, because this is Haley Baldwin. That's actually Justin Bieber's wife now. She married him.
Yeah, they're a thing.
That aged like something that aged. All right.
Cheese.
Rocks, paper, Sycor. I don't even understand the point of tweeting that, but you're not going to get this because I don't even know who this person is. Does anybody know who Ryan Lochte is?
No.
Yeah, who
Lochte?
cares? Lochte.
Ryan Lochte. I've heard the name before. That's all I can give you.
Okay, there you go. It doesn't say who he is, so. All right. What if we spelled people like this? Peepole. That would be funny, I think.
People.
What?
Peephole. A peephole.
Kris Jenner.
You're not far off. That's Kim Kardashian.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, I love this one. I've seen this one before. I can't believe my grandmother's making me take out the garbage. I'm rich. Fuck this. I'm going home. I don't need this shit.
Who's rich enough to be like that?
That sounds like a Will Smith in his teens thing.
Yeah, but they didn't have Twitter back then.
Willow Smith.
Not a bad guess, but that was 50 Cent. Alice actually got
Oh.
it. That was 50 Cent.
Nice.
During lockdown, while many other artists are doing mini concerts from their homes, I thought I'd do you all a favor and not.
Patrick Stewart?
Well, I don't see how... no, we would love to see that.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. No, that was James Blunt, and we thank you, James Blunt, for not doing
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
All right.
Thank you, James Blunt, for not inflicting yourself upon the world.
Bono's a good answer.
We have yeah, Bono would have been an excellent answer. We have enough problems without James Blunt. Yeah. All right. People keep asking me what's motivating me to work out. It's purely selfish. I want to be fine as hell. One more time before I get real old.
Oh. Who's hitting that?
You know, I think Patrick Stewart could get away with saying that.
People keep asking me what's motivating me to work out. I want to look fine as hell. I think people would argue that he already does. No, that's Leslie Jones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wants to get cut.
Okay. Well, there's no point in guessing in this one because it is James Blunt, but because he's replying to someone who says, "Do you think James Blunt has run out of his "You're Beautiful" money yet?" And he goes, "Ha ha 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 ha." No.
Jeez, man. Some celebrities.
Yeah. Okay. This one puts her name in it too, so not like anyone knows who she is. Just a Camila Mendez standing in front of the Twitterverse asking it to stop thinking she's a fan account for Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes.
Well, who is Camila Mendez, I wonder?
I don't know.
Influencer.
I barely know who Camila Cabello is. She was on Beavis and Butthead. That's as far as it goes.
Camila Cabello? She's a singer.
Yeah, I know. They reacted to one of her videos on Beavis and Butthead. All right.
Yeah.
This one is in all caps, so just imagine I'm shouting. Was rushing home to take a dump and got caught behind a school bus dropping kids off. Longest 30 minutes of my life. These are the purest tweets where it's just a slice of life, you know? They're not selling you anything. They're not being
real life
racist.
shit break.
Yeah.
No clue who that was, but I feel them.
Yeah.
Tim Allen.
It's Lil Jon.
Oh.
No, Tim Allen would have put something political, I think. No. My niece told everybody in her school that I'm her aunt and they think she's lying. Now I gotta go pick her up. I'll give you a hint. The schools are fantastic. There are whores in this house, and the roof is brand new.
Oh.
Yeah, Alice got it. It's Cardi B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Web.
If chickens could say love me, that would be awesome.
Huh.
Ah.
Is that Paris
Somebody
Hilton?
with exactly 2.5 brain cells.
That's exactly right. It's Justin Bieber.
Oh God.
All right.
Why does he even say these things? Why does he even speak?
Eighth told you why. He has exactly 2.5 brain cells. And that half a brain cell, it don't got no damn mitochondria. And you know that's the powerhouse of the cell. I don't think we're going to finish this. I'm at 2% battery here. We'll go as long as my phone lasts. I know I probably tweeted this before, but damn, I love sausage.
Well, that could be any of 10,000 people.
Yeah, I know, right? Who doesn't? It was Frankie Muniz, though.
It makes me think of that Kids in the Hall skit with the sausages.
Yeah. To think, to the pack of paps stalking me while I'm in the middle of the ocean in Europe, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are just 2 yachts over. Please focus on what truly matters.
2 yachts over. My God.
Nobody knows who this is. This is Catherine McPhee. She was one of those American Idol idiots.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not a celebrity. That's somebody who washed out of a reality TV show.
Yep.
That's 15 minutes at least.
Here's one. I love ARM. That's the whole tweet. I love ARM.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Arm.
that would fit, but no, that's Justin Bieber again.
Oh my God.
He just tweeted out whatever the hell was on his mind, even if it wasn't really a thought, huh? Why do people look at me like I'm crazy when I use coupons at grocery or try bargaining at retail? I'm from New York. Where's the sale rack?
Is that 50 Cent?
Well, I don't know. 50 Cent's not from New York, so.
Oh, I don't know.
I have no clue.
It's Lady Gaga.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Save where you can, I guess.
I'd walk through fire for my daughter. Well, not fire because it's dangerous, but a super humid room, but not too humid because of my hair. I love this guy. He tweets shit like this every day. I'll just tell you that's Ryan Reynolds because you should follow him on Twitter if you don't. He's very funny.
Oh man, yeah. I follow him on YouTube, but I guess I never.
But that
thought
requires looking at Twitter more than once every 6 months.
Nah, well, I look at it like every day. So, all right. Oh God, I just realized I'm stuck with me my whole life.
Ollie Shore?
That would make more sense. No, it's Anna Kendrick.
Oh, aw.
All right. I watched Frozen without my 2-year-old this morning. Despair reveals itself in many forms.
I mean,
That sounds almost like a LeVar Burton.
It does, doesn't it? That was once again Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, well.
Okay. Thanks, guys. I had no idea pickle was really a cucumber. You guys totally confirmed it.
I just lost 3 points of intelligence.
Yeah, and they were stolen from you by Kim Kardashian. All right.
Sorry, the dog's barking, so I'm trying to minimize.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I blocked someone's dad? Who was it?
Who?
It was Cher is who it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah. Oh, she's unhinged. It's hilarious. All right, I'm going to make this the last one because I'm at 1% battery here. So, do ants poop?
Justin Bieber.
No, that was Cardi B again.
I figured it was somebody we've already heard.
Out of 40, I give that. I wish we could have done all 40, but my phone's dying.
Oh, yeah. Poor
Yeah.
I'll
give that a, what is it, a 35 out of 6?
35 out of 6. All right. Okay, let's see.
Give it a Jordy out of 40.
We got, okay, so, oh my God, I must have apparently forgotten to react. I know we did your star captains thing. Let me put the taupe on that. All right, let's see what we got here. No, I did that one. I'm trying to find the first thing that we haven't done. Okay, we did the Deltarune predictions. Okay. Okay, Alice sent a couple of lists, more than a couple actually. We got 8 forgotten pie recipes that we should bring back. So types of pie that I guess humanity has left in the dust.
Probably for good reason.
Well, number 1 is chess pie, which I don't know what chess pie is. It's also known as desperation pie because it relies on a few very basic ingredients, the only ingredients many cash-strapped farm families had back in the 19th and 20th centuries. Chess pie nevertheless manages to be decadent with flour, sugar, eggs, and butter coming together in just the right quantities. So basically it's just like a general sort of like sweet pie.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Number 2 is the mincemeat pie, which this used to be a really big thing in England, especially around the holidays. There would be these little meat pies. And
mince pies.
yeah,
I've
but
had them.
eventually they stopped putting meat in them, and it started being more like, like a sweet. But I'm all for savory pies being a thing again, right?
Savory is a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm on board with this. Bring that one back.
Yes, definitely. Number 3 is the sugar cream pie, which I guess is similar to the chess pie in that it's extremely simple.
Hey, I like sugar. I like cream.
I like coffee and I like tea. Number 4 is shoe fly pie, which looks like some kind of berry pie. Let's see, what is this? It's an Amish pie, and there are 2 types: dry bottom, which has the consistency of gingerbread, and wet bottom, which has a custard-like quality and comes topped with crumbs. Nobody knows why it's called shoe fly pie, though.
I thought that was just something made up that like old-timey cartoons would say.
No, it's a real thing.
To say that old-timey people are old.
Alice is like, wet bottom. Okay, this doesn't sound all that pleasant, but number 5 is a vinegar pie.
Oh, no.
Which basically combines the silky quality of a custard pie with the tartness of an apple pie. It uses apple cider vinegar instead of apples, basically.
I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know about all that one.
I'd give it a try.
I would taste a piece, like a bite,
Ugh, no, that's all you.
Number 6 is Marlborough pie, which is a New England specialty and was once a staple in the region. Let's see, what is this? Reading it. It's just another like mock apple pie sort of thing.
See, I thought you said Marlboro.
That is what I said.
And I was like,
Marlboro. Yeah.
Well, they got to do something with cigarette butts.
Yeah. It's spelled slightly different, but yeah. Number 7 is called a flapper pie, also known as a Canadian prairie pie.
Oh.
It has a graham cracker crust, custard filling, and meringue.
Oh,
I'm fine with all of that.
That sounds
give me
good.
some of that.
Number 8 is the huckleberry pie, which, you might have to ask Nelson Muntz for tips on preparation, but, Oh, that was all of them. Well, out of 8, I would be excited to try 7 of these and slightly curious to try the 8th, so I'll give it a 7.
I'd go with a 6 out of 8. 2 of these, I'm like, not so much.
I'll give it a 6.5.
6.5, okay.
Half a pie.
All right. Alice's 10 favorite games of 2002. Why not, right?
Specifically 2002. What was going on in 2002?
Alice is playing these 10 games.
I was a junior in high school.
Yeah. Number 10 is Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Good game. Whatever, right?
Good game. GG.
Yeah. GG's. Number 9 is Hitman 2. I never played any of those Hitman games.
I didn't either.
Oh, Alice says it's because it's 20 years ago. That's why.
Ah.
Number 3 is Eternal Darkness. Wasn't so into this one, to be honest.
I loved it. I played it 3 times.
I was extremely bored with it. I didn't get through it a single time. I tried, but I just like, I'm bored.
Oh, I loved it. I was right into it. I just fell down the rabbit hole and ate it all up.
I'm afraid I never played that one.
Yeah. No, it's like it's cute at first because like you have like a sanity meter, and like as your sanity goes down, crazy shit starts happening. But like, yeah, the fourth time it tells you the controller is unplugged, but it really isn't. It's like, okay, yeah, I know that it's not really, it repeats them too often, I think. Number 7 is Mafia. Your mom hates Mafia2.com.
Oh yeah. I never played this.
Yeah. Number 6, this is one of my favorites of the year, is Metroid Fusion. What a great game.
Oh,
I did have fun with that one.
Yeah.
Metroid 4.
Number 5 is Fire Emblem: The Binding Blade. Like, you could really tell with the 6 and 5 that this was the year that the Game Boy Advance came out, or the year right after, with it. Number 4 is Super Mario Sunshine. That was a cool game.
It was good.
Yeah.
I actually preferred Luigi's Mansion, but it was good when it came out.
Number 3 is Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, which impeccable. No complaints there.
Duh.
Number 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Eighth.
I was going to say I still prefer the just blanked on it, the Game Boy one.
The Game Boy Zelda?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Link's Awakening.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that didn't come out in 2002, though.
No.
True.
Number 2 is Metroid Prime, which that actually came out on the same day as Metroid Fusion, and I remember going to buy them both.
I got both as well, but unfortunately, I had to return Prime because it gave me motion sickness.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Which sucked because I was having a good time, but my stomach wasn't.
Yeah, I get that same thing going on when I try to play or especially watch first-person shooters.
And number 1, which I would have to agree fully with this, is Morrowind.
Yes.
Morrowind was fantastic.
Oh yeah, damn Elder Scrolls there.
Dem Elder Scrolls Doe.
I have only actually experienced Morrowind secondhand, but I have loved it every time.
Now, Manic is saying kind of what was on my mind, though, is that wasn't Morrowind in 2001. Alice says no, but let me look up what the actual release date was. May 1st, 2002, Manic. So,
boom.
Oh, yeah. Okay, also from Alice's top 5 most overrated, not necessarily bad movies. Because a movie can be overrated and bad, or it can be good but still kind of fucking overrated.
Kind of how I feel about Final Fantasy VII. It's way overrated, but it's still a good game.
I think it's
Final Fantasy VI is better.
I would even say that Final Fantasy VII is a great, fantastic game, but it's still overrated.
Still.
Yeah, it's still overrated, but I still
It's a
love
solid
it.
7 out of 10.
I think it's a little better than a 7, but all right, I get what you're doing there. All right. So these are 5 movies that Alice thinks is grossly overrated in one way or another. But number 5 is the Blair Witch Project, which I've never seen, and really
I have.
Don't
You're
care
not missing
to.
anything.
Yeah, I didn't think
Seen it once. It was fine.
I didn't really see the appeal, to be honest. Number 4 is Avatar, which they've been heavily advertising the sequel to, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
Oh yeah, there's a second one coming out.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, Cameron recently said that he's got plans for Avatar 6 and 7, but he might have to train somebody and to direct them, because it took him 20 fucking years almost to make. Well, not 20. It took him 12 years, 13 years actually, to make the second one. So, I don't know about him doing Avatar 6 and 7. Yeah, I don't care, man. I saw it in the theater, and I was just like, that was fine. I enjoyed it, but I don't get the big fucking deal. So,
I feel compelled to speak up for the monocular among us, saying that Avatar was seriously a problem for film for the next 5 yeyears.
Because they oversold the 3D thing for a long time. I didn't watch it in 3D, and I was like, yeah, it was good. It wasn't amazing. And people are like, well, you didn't see it in 3D then? And I'm like, look, if it's okay, but 3D makes it the greatest movie of all time, then it's not really the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah, if you have to lean into a gimmick, then then you are the gimmick.
Gimmick that I can't even take part in.
Exactly.
Same.
I've seen a few 3D movies, and the only one that I thought actually looked good was Star Trek Into Darkness, because they did a good job with the 3D in that. But usually I'm just like, I could have saved the $4 and seen it in 2D. Number 3 is Forrest Gump. I do feel that it's a good movie, but at the same time, it did not deserve Best Picture. So
What else was up for that year? 94?
a lot of 94 is correct. A lot of fantastic films, chief of which was Pulp Fiction.
Oh, dude.
So
Yeah, Pulp Fiction should have beat Forrest Gump.
badly in a field. Number 2 is
With a crowbar.
number 2 is Crash, the 2004 Crash, not the one about people fucking in car crashes. I've never seen it.
Same here.
And number 1 is Rocky. I really like Rocky. I don't agree with it winning Best Picture, but I did like it a lot.
I wonder what else was up for Best Picture that year.
In 1975, I'll find out.
75.
Best Picture, let's find out.
Because it was,
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
I don't think you got the date right on this, Alice. Hold on.
Oh, Taxi Driver?
You wrote 1975, but Rocky came out in 76. So let's see. Let's see what 1976 Best Picture nominees. Barry Lyndon, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Jaws, Dog Day Afternoon.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. So.
Right there.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Out of 5, 5. I either agree with it or I'll take Alice's word for it.
You know what? Yeah, 5. 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah, 5.
Because looking up 1975, I'm like, oh, that's The Godfather. No,
Yeah.
This is from Alice as well. The 20 most popular hot sauces in America, blind taste tested and ranked. So basically, Uprocks here got a list of the 20 most popular hot sauces, blind taste tested them, and then put them in order that they think it should be.
I loved that verbal typo, though. Blind taint tested.
Well, you don't want to look at the taint because you're tasting it, right? Okay, so I'm just going to very quickly tell you what they all are, and then I want you guys to tell me what you think number 1's going to be, okay? So, Crystal, Trader Joe's Green Dragon, La Costeña Mexican Hot Sauce, Frank's Red Hot Original, Trader Joe's Organic Spicy Taco Sauce, Tabasco Sauce Original, Texas Pete Original, Louisiana Hot Sauce, Cholula Hot Sauce Original, Del Taco Inferno, Del Taco Del Scorcho Medium, Mexico Lindo Salsa Picante Negra, Valentina Salsa Picante, Tapatio, Taco Bell Diablo, Taco Bell Fire Sauce, Taco Bell Hot Sauce, Berman's Hot Sauce, Sambal Oilik, and Hui Fong Sriracha.
Louisiana Hot.
What do you think, Ace, comes out on top in the blind taste test?
Blind taste test, I'm going to guess Texas Pete Original.
Okay. I'm going to guess the Frank's Red Hot because I like it and I think people generally like it. It's pleasing. All right, so at the bottom at number 20 is the Taco Bell Diablo sauce, which I actually like a lot. I'm surprised it's at the very bottom.
I don't think I've had that.
It's the one in the black packet. It's really good shit, yeah. Number 19 is Del Taco Del Scorcho sauce. Number 18 is the Taco Bell Hot Sauce.
Hot sauce. I like it.
Yeah. Number 17 is the Taco Bell Fire Sauce, which actually does taste like fire. That's why I get Inferno sauce, because it's got more flavor to it. Number 16 is Del Taco Del Inferno sauce.
Oh, they're really bunching all the Del Tacos together.
Yeah. Well, I think the fast food sauces wind up at the bottom,
Yeah.
Number 15 is Mexico Lindo Salsa Picante Negra. Number 14 is Texas Pete.
I was wrong.
It's okay.
Yeah. Number 13 is Tapatio.
Tapatio.
Number 12 is Trader Joe's Green Dragon. Number 11 is Tabasco sauce. They, even though it's a blind taste test, they had to know it was Tabasco sauce because nothing else tastes like Tabasco sauce.
Maybe that's why I got middle of the road.
Yeah, very middle of the road. It's not bad, but it's certainly there's better flavors. Because to me, Tabasco just tastes like pure vinegar.
Tabasco is perfectly mid.
It's really good to mix in with stew.
Yeah, there you go.
It's if you want to add a little bit of heat without really modifying the flavor, you use Tabasco.
Absolutely. Number 10 is Berman's hot sauce, which I like the bottle, though. It looks very thick. Number 9 is Louisiana hot sauce. This is
Okay.
my mom's favorite.
Yeah, I like
She
it.
loves the Louisiana hot sauce. I prefer the Frank's Red Hot. We get both because we argue over which one's better. Number 8 is Cholula. I don't know.
And-
I haven't looked at this, but I'm kind of like, hey, so far I'm right, you know?
Yeah, you know.
Fun side note, when I worked at IHOP, we
Yeah.
kept Tabasco and Cholula on the tables.
There you go. Number 7 is Crystal hot sauce, which I've never heard of before.
Like Crystal Pepsi. Maybe it's see-through.
It's not from the bottle, but I don't know. It doesn't look like something I would buy based on the bottle. Number 6 is Frank's Red Hot. So I was closest, but
You were
it's
the
not
closest.
number 1. It really does taste really good, though. Number 5 is Trader Joe's organic spicy taco sauce.
Organic. How nice for the environment.
It comes in a gigantic bottle, so if you want a lot of hot sauce, definitely get this. 17 ounces. Number 4 is La Costeña Mexican hot sauce. Number 3 is the Valentina Salsa Picante. Number 2 is the Sambo Olik or Hui Fong.
Lick.
And number 1 is Sriracha.
Oh,
I mean,
said
Sriracha
Sriracha.
is really fucking tasty.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It has a good flavor, not
You
just
could,
heat.
yeah. I like I said, Frank's Red Hot may be my favorite, but Sriracha's really fucking good, though. You know, I can't deny
And
that.
hey, you'll note, all 4 of the top 4 are non-English.
Absolutely, yeah. They're all. A lot of them are Asian, as a matter of fact. Okay, very interesting list. Out of, I guess it was 20. I'll give it a 20. I can't argue with a blind taste test.
Yeah, I can't argue.
I'm partially blind, so I got to give it a 20.
So Moogle sent, actually transcribed for us SNES Drunk's 13 hardest Super Nintendo levels. Specific
SNES
levels
Drunk.
from Super Nintendo. SNES Drunk. Did you ever see the video he did on Is Drive Racing Worth Playing Today?
Is that recent?
It was last April. It was April
well.
Fool's, and it's like a 6-minute video. And I looked at it in my feed, and I'm like, how can you do 6 minutes on drive
Race
racing?
driving?
Race, yeah, whatever the fuck it's called. And literally, like 5 minutes and 58 seconds of the video is the slowest SNES Drunk you've ever heard. It's like and it goes on and on and on. And
I remember
yeah.
that. I
And then-
skipped ahead.
yeah, and then at the very end, it shows the game, and he goes, "It's not."
Okay, and I have to ask, just as an aside,
Yeah.
which eye, Jesse?
Oh, I can see out of my right.
What do you know? I can see with my left.
Ah, look at that. Somebody get Dr. Frankenstein on the horn.
And even my right eye is still kind of questionable.
It's pronounced
questioning.
Frankenstein. All right.
Frankenstein!
So these are the top 13 hardest levels in Super Nintendo games, according to SNES Drunk. Transcribed by Moogle. Number 13, Super Star Wars Inside the Sandcrawler. That was
And that whole
pretty.
game.
That was pretty rough. In a pretty rough game. Yeah, I remember that. Very few health pickups. A lot of tough jumps.
It's not very forgiving, is
Yeah.
the thing. You just got to play it well.
Fun game though.
Yeah.
What sucks about that level though is it's pretty early on. You know,
Just stick with your blaster.
well, you don't have the lightsaber yet.
No. Oh yeah. By that point, yeah. But even when you do get it, it I don't know.
Yeah. Number 12, Out of This World's final level. You gotta love a game where they start shooting at you from the foreground.
Oh yeah, that's true. And yeah, there is a lot of foreground activity in
Yeah.
there.
But they're actually shooting at you from the foreground. It's the controls are not amazing because it's a cinematic platformer. So,
Like one hit and you turn into a crispy.
well, I mean, just that
skeleton.
because it's rotoscope, so everything is so meticulously animated that if you, it's hard to dodge when you have to watch your character scrambling around. You know.
You gotta like wind up.
Yeah. Number 11 is Donkey Kong Country Snow Barrel Blast. Yeah, if you don't
I
use
know the
the
level.
one there's a spot where if you fall, you just skip the whole level.
Yeah, didn't know that when I first played it.
Oh well, nobody. You find it on accident, you know.
Oh, that would have been good.
I found it on accident. That is the hardest level in the game, bar none.
Yeah, because just the visual aspect of
Yeah.
all that snow. When you get to
Play
that
it.
one point,
Oh god, it's the first snow level, and you think, is it all going to be like this? And thankfully not.
no, then you get into those inside levels, and everything's like crystallized and cool.
Well, even the outside levels, they're just not that hard. It's just, it should have been the last level in that world instead of the first one. Number 10 is Super Ghouls and Ghosts, level 1-1. I will admit that the first level goes way harder than it should, but have you guys played through the game? It gets worse.
I have not.
Does.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough game. I think that what makes level 1 rough is that it tries to teach you every mechanic and the hard way. So it's teaching you how to play the game, and you have to approach Super Ghouls and Ghosts as a puzzle platformer and not an action game. So, yeah.
Yeah, like the curve is really high.
There's no
the learning
curve. There's a wall. You scale the wall.
The learning wall.
Yeah, the learning wall. And then you get hit by the learning bat. Number 9 is Super Mario World Tubular. That's the one where you have to float through the whole level. You get hit once, you die.
Oh yeah, it's just annoying. It's not very long.
It's
but,
obnoxious. Number 8 is Pilot Wings Secret Mission 2. I have only ever dicked around with Pilot Wings. I never got that far, so I don't know.
I don't even know what do you drive in that one.
I think it's a biplane or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 7 is Super Mario Kart Donut Plains 3. I mean, do racing games really have hard levels? I mean, is this what we're doing now? Like,
I don't know. You have to like do a little hop over the bridge, otherwise you go into the water.
so as a Mario game, we have to jump.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
Number 6 is The Lion King Be Prepared, which is funny
I never
because
played that game.
nobody got that far. Because there was a level in the game that was basically impossible, and what happened was the developers were working on it. It was I Can't Wait to Be King, right? And you had to swing from these tails. Shouldn't have been that hard, right? And Disney actually had a major problem with the game. They said they basically mandated that they make it like 10 times harder. And the issue that they had was they didn't want people to rent the game and beat it. They wanted them to
that BS.
Yeah, so they
You
wanted
know
them
what
to,
I did?
Yeah, they wanted yeah, right. They wanted them to rent the game, get stuck, and then buy it to get past that part. But realistically, you would just get frustrated and be like, "This game's bullshit," because you had to do pixel perfect jumps. Be Prepared is way later in the game. You probably didn't even get that far.
Hate to break it to you, Disney, but I rented your game and I beat it
Yeah, there you go.
because I had
Whereas
nothing
I just
but
never
nothing
bothered
but
to
time.
rent it.
Wait, were you playing on Super Nintendo or Genesis?
Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay. All right. Number 5 is Gradius 3, level 7. I never got past that. Never
No
got past
way
it.
did I get that far.
I got to the boss
Memories.
once. Got to the boss once. Couldn't do it.
Ooh,
I did it.
nice.
You don't want to know how many times it took trying.
Oh, many, I'm sure, right? Number 4 is Super Ghouls and Ghosts, level 8. By the time you get to level 8, you know how to play the game, so it's not that bad.
And what about when you got to do it again?
The only bad thing about doing it easy again is you're stuck with that fucking crazy the goddess bracelet thing that doesn't really, you know. Number 3 is Hagane, level 5. Be honest, I don't think I ever got that far in Hagane. It's a tough game, and I only ever dicked around with it.
Isn't that game kind of like Strider-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way of describing it.
I'm thinking of the right one then.
Yeah. Number 2 is Donkey Kong Country 2 Animal Antics. Okay, let me tell you guys the secret to Animal Antics, because everybody gets stuck on this. They think it's the hardest shit ever. You play as all the animals. The part with the parrot is really rough because you're flying through brambles and everything's really tight and there's wind blowing you in every direction, right? The trick is don't fight the wind. Let it push you in the direction that you need to go and then wait for it to shift. You will get through it easily.
I thought that's what you're supposed to do. That's what I did.
Most people, they try to force their way through it and it becomes incredibly difficult.
Dang.
You have to, you know, a soft reed bends in the wind. You know, that's the idiom here, you know?
Oh, I like that.
Alrighty then.
And his number one pick is Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi, the final Death Star run, which I am not ashamed to admit this is where I got stuck. I beat Darth Sidious. I thought that was the end of the game. You have to fly the Millennium Falcon out of the Death Star as it's exploding. It's incredibly fucking hard, and I never managed to do it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you're pretty much
Well,
at the
you'll
end.
note,
Yeah.
that's a chunk where they just don't even show the escape in the movie. It's just the Millennium Falcon gets out, and you don't get to see them do it.
They showed like maybe 3 seconds of them flying through the tunnel, and then the explosion after.
You
they
get the
come out.
exciting
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. Actually doing it is very tough. Especially since the controls are a little laggy because it's really taxing the Super Nintendo with all the Mode 7 and everything. Yeah, and you know what? And Darth Sidious was a bitch to beat anyway because he attacks you, but his lightning blasts also destroy the flooring, and if you're not doing enough damage to him, you will find you don't have anywhere to stand.
Oh yeah, Manic Scarecrow. There's a lot of games that are just unfairly hard, no matter which level you pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that, even though that sounds great. Some of these are going to be next time.
Nobody got time for that.
June's top 5 Doom mods.
Huh.
Why not, right? It's top 5 Doom mods. Okay. So number 5, Sunlust. Sunlust is a really fun Doom mod with a lot of crazy visuals, a lot of moving parts. It's a decent challenge, a lot of fun.
Okay. I trust you.
Number 4 is Sigil, which I barely remember playing Sigil, but I remember enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is The Darkening Episode 2, which is essentially, what if Doom was Quake? You know what I'm saying?
Like, what do they change? I don't know. I never played Quake.
You never played Quake? It's
Nah.
just the aesthetic and it looks like Quake.
So it's got the window dressing for Quake. Okay.
Hold on, let me see what is it. Yeah, I'll look at that later. Okay. I lost my place. Where were we? I gotta scroll back up. Okay. Number 2 is Aliens TC. This was one of the first major Doom mods to do, which was called the TC, a total conversion, which is basically using Doom to make a game that's not Doom. So somebody made an Aliens game in the Doom engine, basically, and it was like the first time anybody had seen anything like that. And number 1 is Ashes 2063/Afterglow, which I've never played, so I can't comment on that.
2063. I wonder if it's got like a not steampunk, a cyberpunk look.
I wouldn't think it would be steampunk. Yeah, out of 5, I'll give it a 5. I pretty much trust June's opinion on Doom mods.
I'll trust her on this one with a big old 5.
I trust June. I'll give it a 7.
Whoa.
Okay, there you go. A 7 out of 5. But gee, is it because you're dating June that you give it 2 extra points?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, because cute.
We just did your list, June. I got big thumbs up on that. Okay, I think we have time for this last one, which is Manic Scarecrow ranking all the Pixar movies.
All of them?
All 26 of them. If there's more than 26,
Dun, dun, dun.
then I don't know. But this is Manic Scarecrow's from the worst to the best, all the Pixar movies. So number 26 being Finding Dory. Womp, 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 huh? Number 25 is Lightyear. I remember seeing the ads for this and being like, you know what? This is a flop. Even if it's good, it's a flop.
Yeah.
Nobody cares, right?
I just don't have any interest in that
There's
world.
there's no interest there. Number 24 is Monsters University, which, I think, and I'll just say the next one, number 23 is Cars 3. And I think the takeaway here is that Pixar is not good at sequels so much. There's
Sometimes not.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know the Toy Story sequels are very beloved, but...
Yeah.
And by the way, before we continue, what is everybody's favorite Pixar movie?
Ooh.
WALL-E.
Yeah, WALL-E, 100%.
For me, of the ones I've seen, I haven't seen all of them.
Oh, I haven't.
Inside Out.
Inside Out, okay. Number 22 is Brave, which I haven't seen. Number 21, The Good Dinosaur. I see like Brave and Good Dinosaur as like the lower tier ones that they just put out. There's not a lot of.
We're contractually obligated to release something.
Yeah, like there's not a lot of hype. They're just sort of there. They're not bad films, but Number 30 is Inside Out. So I guess Manic doesn't feel the same way that you do.
Wait, number 30?
Number 20.
20.
Oh.
Number 19 is Finding Nemo. Everybody kind of went insane over Finding Nemo, so I wonder why Manic didn't care for it as much.
Yeah, I'd put Finding Nemo higher on the list.
Yeah. Number 18 is Cars 2. Must have seen this movie 1,000 times because my nephews were so into it at the time, and all I can say is I think that should be at the bottom. It's so bad. Number 17 is Monsters, Inc. Interesting.
That was good, too.
I'd also put that one higher.
Yeah. Number 16 is Luca, which I haven't seen.
Luca? I don't know if I've even heard of that one.
That's the one. I know my mom watched it with one of my nephews. That the boy turns into a fish or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 15 is A Bug's Life. I mean, that's a classic. I don't know how. I mean, you're kind of putting it in the middle here. I think it should be higher.
Manic's list.
Number 14 is Cars, which, once again, I don't know. That should be more towards the bottom, I think.
Cars was pretty mid.
Yeah, but those Cars movies, boy, did they sell. A lot of people watched them and loved them.
No, you see, they didn't make a lot of money. They sold a lot of toys. That's
just
it.
Came
from, Number 13 is Toy Story 4. Number 12 is The Incredibles 2. Number 11 is Toy Story 3. That's kind of shocking because I think most people put Toy Story 3 very close to the top.
Yeah, I'd put it close to the top.
Speaking of movies that you expect to be at the top but aren't, number 10 is Up. That's but then again, when you get into the top 10, it's like it's fierce competition.
That's a bold choice, Cotton.
It is a very bold choice. Yeah. Number 9 is Onward, which I can't say I've heard of that. What is that? Onward.
Oh, is that where they're like not trolls, but they're like monster people that
I don't know.
Magic has gone by the wayside and technology's taken over, and then someone has to figure out how to use magic to save the day.
Oh, okay. Number 8 is Soul, which I haven't seen, but I've heard good things about.
Yeah, I saw it. Sure. It was good.
I know we're gonna watch it on Cartoon Club at some point or another, I'm sure. Number 7 is Toy Story. It's the only Toy Story movie I've seen.
Wow.
It was the only one I saw.
It was good. I'm not going to say that it was not good.
I've seen them all, and
it's very good.
It's definitely one of the good ones.
Number 6 is The Incredibles. The Incredibles was pretty awesome.
The Incredibles was incredible.
Yeah, it was the best Fantastic Four movie I've ever seen. Number 5 is WALL-E. I mean, that's my personal number 1 pick, but that's a personal pick.
It was all right.
Number 4 is Coco.
Hot Cocoa.
I haven't seen Coco yet. I do want to see it. It's another one that I know is on the list that we will watch on Cartoon Club. Yeah. Number 3 is Turning Red. This one, I'm going to be honest, I have no fucking interest in this movie.
Really? Number 3? I saw Turning Red not that long ago and thought it was meh.
I guess it's one of those things you either love it or you don't care, and I'm on the don't care side. I mean, I'll watch it if it's on. Like if people want to watch it, I'll check it out. Maybe it is really good.
Takes place in Toronto.
That is true. Number 2 is Ratatouille, which, Manic, I think I thought it was Rakakuni.
What? Ratatouille?
No, it's Rakakuni, where the raccoon teaches the guy how to cook, right? All right, I guess you haven't seen that film, huh?
No.
Everybody, it's called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, no, but isn't that like some multiverse movie or something?
Yes, and it was fucking awesome.
Well, I gotta see it.
The main character is Michelle Yeoh, and there's this whole thing where she's talking about this movie she saw called Rakakuni. And they're like, Ma, that's Ratatouille. And she's like, no, it's Rakakuni. And his number 1 pick is Toy Story 2, which I guess is not all that shocking based on what I've heard.
Number 2? Yeah. Interesting.
I think there's a heavy bend of nostalgia to some of the choices, but also a heavy bend of what the fuck were you thinking, Manic?
Yeah.
All right, are we really saying, okay, I want to point out, is Cars that much better than Inside Out?
I can't believe it. Like, my jaw's on the floor.
And Cars 2 as well is better,
Shock.
right? That's like, what?
Yeah.
I am insulted.
I can't get behind that.
Yeah, bruh.
I will give this list a bruh out of 26.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put the bruh emote on it. There we go. Bruh. I'm gonna give it a nut. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we gotta end it here because a bunch of them are gonna watch anime over in the Cartoon Club. So let's thank you for coming by, Eighth. It was a lot of fun to have you.
It has been a pleasure.
We'll have to have you again at some point. June.
Yeah, let's have you on again. You were pretty good.
June, you're in the chat. I want you for the next episode. Can you do it?
Do it.
June,
we want you on List Critics.
June.
June, be the next guest.
I mean, if you can't do it in late December, we could do at some other point. But I need you on the show. We have to get June on the show.
One of these days, we'll do a guest quest.
Oh well, that's okay. I'll get her at some point and talk to her about it. All right, guys, let's go over the schedule real quick, and then we'll do a raid. I know I went over the schedule earlier, but we have different people, and I'll do this as quick as I can. So here we are. Tomorrow night, I will be streaming Bahamut Lagoon for the Super Famicom. Friday afternoon. Oh, there you are, June. Did you hear what I said, June? I want you on the next List Critics as our guest host. Can you do it? Okay, so Friday afternoon, we're going to be doing Mega Man 7 and possibly also Mega Man 8. I am playing the Steam version of both of those games. Saturday night, more Suikoden 5 for PlayStation 2. Sunday night, more Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana for Steam. Monday afternoon, we got just like one more character to play as in Darkstalkers. We'll finish that up, and then I'm going to move on to the next fighting game, which is X-Men Children of the Atom, the arcade version of both of those games. Tuesday night, oh, that's not it. Exciting game, Rogue Legacy 2 for Steam. Oh, and I know you weren't there, Eighth, because you weren't feeling well, but I did beat that chest.
Rock.
I did it as a barbarian with hypergonadism.
That is
nice.
Yeah, I was just tanking it because I had so much health, and I just kept mashing the axe button, Okay, Wednesday afternoon, a week from today, I'll be there with some... Yeah, I absolutely want you. June, it's this month, because this is technically November's. Yes. Can you be there on the 28th? Wednesday, week from today, Pokemon Diamond version. We're just about at the end of that game. We have one more badge to get. And we already took care of Team Galactic. So, anyway, guys, let's see who we have online that we can raid. Try to make this quick for my Cartoon Club people that want to watch anime. Oh, there's Punky the Alien. I never get to raid her. She's playing Phantasy Star Online too.
Official wings to go with some of the Steam Park characters that are running around.
Football.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the 28th.
Wings.
Let me give you guys
Always
a
wings on
raid
pizza.
call.
TVs. Overtime. Wings on pizza. Sauce. Friends. Wings
Alright,
on
we
pizza.
got June
wings,
for the
pizza,
28th.
Pizza, wings, beer, and now pizza.
Oh, don't put the damn...
Only place for football.
Oh, you hear that,
They
Ace?
decided to make some more cast.
I hear it.
The 28th. Okay, guys, there's wherever it'll end. There's your raid call. Copy it, paste it as we head into Punky the Alien stream. She is playing Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. I'll see you guys over there. I'll see you guys on Discord. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Bahamut Lagoon. Such a fun game. And I'll see you on a general covering up the camera. Here we go.
Happy birthday, Necro.
Thank you. I hit the button.